I have to agree that I think it was named after the little dirtbag king, the Merovingian king over there across seas and stuff. But
You
that,
believe it was named after Louis the 16th?
yeah, that's as much as I know about the guy in St. Louis. I don't know why they call him a saint. Most of the people they call saint were killers, so I don't know why they call him a saint.
Anybody else? Anybody? Anybody got anything else?
Like anybody.
Well, this place was Spanish before it was French.
Okay.
Now that's a fact. This land was Spain before it was France and became England. And in the Spanish lore, there's a dude named St. Louis Episcopal. You can go look him up right now. San Luis Episcopal was a real guy. And you can go look him up right now. Everybody can hear my voice. He's got stuff in California. He's got stuff in Mexico. He's got stuff in South America. He's got stuff all over the place. And San Luis is not the 16th king of France. He's not King Louis the 16th. He's a totally different human being who did totally different stuff.
What are you talking about, man? You got to clarify like what you mean. Like, what do you mean by that?
He was a different man who did different stuff. They named stuff after him because of what he did.
Islam. Okay. Islam.
Somebody's chiming in. Chime in.
Brother,
identify yourself and say your name and then talk.
Brother Yakno Hill and San Luis Obispo. Spanish for St. Louis, the bishop, is a charming historic city on California Central. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, so it's mission.
That's the dude. That's the dude. That's why we call stuff St. Louis. We don't call stuff St. Louis because of the French. We call it St. Louis because of the Spanish.
Okay.
What that guy had did.
Okay.
But this was Spain long before it was French. The Spanish sold their land grants to the French.
Actual facts.
And those Spanish land grants were granted to them by the native people who already lived here. They gave them land grants. They entered into treaties with them.
Islam. I just want to chime in on that. There was at one point Illinois was known as Upper Louisiana in those Spanish land grants. So I'm gonna say that, and then I yield.
Nigga, the Spanish ain't got no damn authority.
They had authority in the 14 to the 1500s.
They didn't have no authority then, nigga. That was all the
They took it. They won it by war. They beat us in fights.
I agree with that. I agree.
They took it. They have no natural authority. They took the authority. They came up here as conquistadors and took it from us. Let's just be honest. They had guns. We were not war people. We didn't know nothing about war like they was coming. We didn't have no idea about war like they was on.
You right.
We was peaceful people. You don't find no weapons made from us from 5,000 years ago. You know what you find? You find fucking jewelry.
And tools.
You find tools. You find things to make life easier and to make planning easier. Our technology was about life enrichment and bettering our lives. Their lives was about war. All their technology was war driven. They had weapons. We didn't have no fucking weapons. We wasn't fighting amongst each other.
Right.
When the white man came to the American continent, when the Europeans came here, we were not warring with one another. They try and say, oh, we was doing blood sacrifices and we were. That's a lie. That shit is bullshit. We was peaceful people. We were studying the stars. They were studying each other.
Like weirdo.
We were studying the planet.
Is Islam? You say the stars, etc. CMB, or at least modern. Some we can.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We were not at odds with one another. And they took advantage of those facts that we were not a warlike people. They tell you all the time that Manhattan was bought for $5 worth of alcohol or $25 worth of alcohol. No, we didn't think you could own land. You just lived on it. You can't own it. But the white man came and said, no, this is mine. This yours, this mine. Build a fence. Put a fence in between you and me and this. That's all European ideology. That was not our ideology at all. So today when we say things like, I'm going to give you a place to live, I'm going to help you, and you feel like, I don't trust this motherfucker, why are you trying to help me? No, that's you just being your real person. Brother, what I got, you got. Sit down and eat. Enjoy yourself.
Mound City shit.
This is why I fuck with the Mound City community. Because they're trying to go back to a world that already existed.
Right.
And even if it's just a little bubble, even if we just a little bubble, well, how about our little bubble take care of one another?
Man.
Okay, because ain't no motherfucker say that they can't come knock on my door and sleep on my couch, or I don't give them a room, or I don't do that. Everybody can do that at any time.
Yes.
At any time, they can come here. I don't give a fuck what problems I got, what shit I got going on. I got a $5,000 bill right now. I got to get sorted out. But today, anybody who come, they gonna come and they gonna be comfortable. That is a fucking fact. People can invest in my dream or choose not to, but it's open and it's available to anybody right now.
So you said, so why would they come out and say it was King Louis? Like why would they come out and say that? Like it don't even make sense.
Oh, because they had to create a narrative of imperial. That's what imperialism is. Imperialism is saying that I'm better than you. I'm above you. But they know they're not above us. They know they're below us. They know this. But do they argue that they're better than us? Because they think that they've misinformed us so much that we don't even know where the fuck we come from. I'll give you another really good example of this. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina is named after a sister named Charlotte. But who was she? She was Charlotte of Mecklenburg. She was an Asiatic sister. Google her. Look her up. Everybody on the phone. I all got Google.
She was one of the tutors, right?
No, she was not a tutor. Look up Charlotte of Mecklenburg. Because Charlotte, North Carolina, it lies in Mecklenburg County.
Charlotte Mecklenburg.
That's right. African descent.
Charlotte
Type her in and put in her African descent. You're gonna see that she was a sister.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Charlotte Mecklenburg.
They try to put pictures out there that she was European and she was this and the third. But when you put that Moorish and that African shit in there, you're gonna see all these pictures. She was described in the paintings of her time as being of African descent. So they when you give them the ability to write the history, they'll write it however they want it. You see it right now with Donald Trump.
Man, he doing a number.
You're seeing it right now. You give them the power and authority to write history, they'll write it however the fuck they want. But Charlotte Mecklenburg was a sister. She was an Asiatic, without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt. They can argue it and dispute it all they want. I know all y'all looking on y'all Googles and trying to see what it is and everybody being quiet, but it damn sure that's a sister. You can ask, was she black? You can ask, was she African? You can ask, was she Moorish? Whatever. You're going to get answers for all that shit. That's what Michael Jordan went to college at. So let's just keep it a band. Let's just be honest with each other. If you got the knowledge, then share it. We don't keep this shit on the low bushel baskets. We tell the truth about what we know. I'll take any questions. So, my floor is open.
So, okay. I mean, like, what other old world structures are you familiar with here in St. Louis?
Look at the Spanish fort at Bell Fountain. There, if you drive all the way out Bell Fountain Road, you drive Broadway turns into Bell Fountain, and drive all the way out there and go out there. There's a Spanish fort out there, but that was a Moorish fort.
What make you say it's Moorish?
Look at it. It's got arches. You attribute all the arch is contributed to the Moors in the architecture. You read any classical or contemporary architectural anything, and it says the arch is contributed to the Moors. That place is full of fucking arches. Stone building, all contributed to the Moors. There's nothing European. They don't say it's French or it's German or it's Dutch or it's Danish or it's English. No, they say it's Moorish architecture. You see a tiled roof, they contribute all that shit to the Moors. So go look at Bell Fountain. Go look at the Fort Bell Fountain. It's
Islam.
all Moorish architecture. Islam.
I'm about to put
somebody
something.
Just chimed in.
Yeah, this brother Yashma. I'm about to put something in the chat.
Put it in there. Throw it in there.
What you got for it?
I'm about to put this right here. Just so, and this camelback on what you said about the East Bridge. Someone along those lines. Looking for the connector. That's the connector right there. I just put it in the chat.
All right, so don't drop something on us and don't give us no information about it. What is it?
All right, so
you got the flow. Talk.
This brother man right here.
Spit it out.
All right, I got you. Ancient Tunnel, East Bridge. And this is from a newspaper article. The year. So yeah, the year is probably like 18 something. That's for damn sure.
All right, well, spit it out. God damn. Tell us what it say.
Excavation at the base of the East Bridge near St. Louis during the early construction across the Mississippi River. Discovery while blasting through rock for the bridge's foundation. Workers reportedly uncovered a large chamber or a vault beneath the riverbed. Tonal description: constructed passage about 20 feet wide and 15 feet high, lined with masonry. Interior chamber connected to lateral passageways opening into a massive dome room approximately 100 feet long, 20 feet high, 30 feet wide.
What?
Featured decorated walls. Let me see where we at. Okay. Featured Egyptian style bas relief figures, hieroglyphics, and stone sarcophagi. Artifacts, statues resembling Assyrian and Egyptian deities. Stone tablets with descriptions. Two stones either side of the river were reportedly connected underground by the passageway. Scientific attention. The article references Professor Bank, excuse me, BACHE, Professor Mudge, and Professor Bennett, who were part of an academic investigation investigating the find. The mention of Sanskrit scholars interpreting the scriptures interpreting the scriptures implications. The article suggests this could be evidence of prehistoric civilizations or old world contact with North America long before Columbus. But the key is in reverse. It's flipped. It hints at connections to Eastern mystical societies and even theorizes about global subterranean networks. I put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep right there.
That's what we're talking about.
They lost me with the ancient Egyptian stuff. They lost me with that. The other stuff like that, that's pretty deep.
You said it lost you with the ancient Egyptian stuff?
Yeah.
Ancient Kemetic stuff? Lost you where? Why didn't you? Where didn't you see it?
I mean, it's just a little far-fetched, that's all.
Oh, no, you said lost you with the ancient Egyptian stuff. You said lost. Why is it lost? I ain't lost. I'm found.
No, I'm just saying when you get to talking ancient Egyptian in St. Louis, I'm just, that's a lot. I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow.
No, it's not. Here, let me break here. See,
well, why don't we want? Why don't we want to accept the fact that we live in?
Right. That's a.
We live in this Greek world that they call in Egypt. They call it Egypt. We don't call it Egypt. They teach us to call it America. Well, you live in Egypt, but this place was Kemet. This place was Kemet. They call it Egypt. And then when they stopped calling it Egypt, they started calling it America.
Well,
why that dude who's saying there is a message for people who knows this is not Egypt. This is Kemet. This is Kemet. You live in Kemet right now. When they tell a story about Jesus, they hit Jesus. They hit him right here. All the stories about Israel, all the stories about he went to Judah and he did this, he did that. All that shit is here. It's not there. It's not on the other side of the world. Why we are making these arguments and we fighting with people about those places when we know those places are where the fuck we live?
Islam. Can I give another demonstration?
Well, the reason why I got pushed back for it is because Egypt, which we know comes from the is a Greek word that's
Can be.
Of course it is. Of
uh,
course.
but it's but it's
Amen.
a Greek word that means house of Ptah. Like so hold on. Here's the thing. When you get to saying this is Egypt, right? You need all of the lore and the pantheons and everything that else that comes along with the word Egypt to also be here, which means which also means the Egyptians' enemies, their friends, right? Their parents, all of those things will have to be here, and you will have to show that in empirical evidence and somehow erase it from the continent of Africa. So I don't have no problem with this place being its own legacy, but when you got to take that legacy and bring it over here and make this, I don't know. I think
Okay.
to me,
See, that's a part of the research. That's so. So the thing. So this is the way. It's not.
I want to say one thing. My brother is absolutely right that when you say Egypt, it means all this stuff. But I never said it was Egypt.
True indeed.
The white folks said it was Egypt. I said it was Kemet. And Kemet, the white folks don't have no authority or power. They gave it that name. They called it Egypt. But it ain't Egypt. It's Kemet. And if it's Kemet, it's here. It's now. You lived in this place your whole motherfucking life. You've been right here in this thing. This thing, you've been here your whole life. You've been in Kemet your whole life. Your whole life, you've been right here in Kemet. You didn't even know nothing about Kemet until you got grown, until you grew up, until you grew a pace, and you figured out what it was and what it was not. And you know this shit is Kemet. You live in Kemet today. That ain't Egypt. That shit Northeast Egypt. That's they shit. But where you live at, that shit is Kemet. You still live in Kemet today. You call it the United States. You call it Missouri. You call it St. Louis. You call it Missouri. You call it whatever. But it's the same shit. You live in the place. Cataract, you live there. And so you live in that place. You live there now. You live there now. Whatever it is, you live there. You live there now.
Not.
And I use that because I can tell you that if we're going to read the goddamn hieroglyphs, what's the first alphabet of the hieroglyphic alphabet? It's a Paragon Falcon. The Paragon Falcon is from America.
we can't say that. That's far fetched.
It's not.
I bet you have it.
No. Give Cataract a chance. Give Cataract a chance. Don't chime in. No, I'm saying give Cataract. Cataract, I want you to have the floor.
Right.
I'm telling anybody else,
Right.
give Cataract the floor. Go.
I'm just the only reason why I'm saying that is because as y'all know, the peregrine falcon is the Tamari totem. Like that's our totem bird. So it has the largest migratory pattern of any known species on the planet. It can be found.
Of course it is.
It can be found on almost every single continent, and that's the reason why we chose it is because
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
It's because
but where does it?
For the
but where does it? But where does it come from?
Well, see, therein lies the problem.
It comes from America.
But therein lies
from where I live.
Because of the large migratory
they can fly all over the planet.
We could say that it is from the Americas, but because the bird actually exists in so many different habitats, we really can't say it. because the Barbary falcon is a peregrine falcon. It's a peregrine falcon that lives in the Barbary regions, right? And when you look at
Yeah,
the
he can go to Northwest Africa.
huh?
Yeah, he can go to he can go to Northwest Africa. That peregrine falcon can fly to Northwest Africa. But where is it from?
Yeah,
It's from the
that's what I'm
Americas.
saying. Like we
It's
have no way to know.
but you know where it's from.
Please
You
speak.
know where it's from.
We don't know where it's from, man.
Islam, Islam, Islam,
We don't know
Islam.
Oh,
where it's
you
from.
Can I
That's like saying you know where the
Islam?
black man from. You
oh
don't know where the black man
well
from because we have such a large array of places that we could easily come from. You could be the Asiatic black man, you could be the African black man, then you could be the Southeast Asian black man. We don't know which black man you are. All we know is you're a black man. You see what I'm saying? You see
it
the
sounds
difference?
good. It all sounds
Hey, I
good.
try it, cuz.
But
Is,
that bird, it comes from a certain place.
can I chime in?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Of
brother.
course.
This brother Yash Malguchi here. So uh, early on, I was interested in, like, people saying this Egypt, this is that, that, that. So what I started to do was I started, once I found it, I never lost it. So boom, when you look at it, so when Brother Man talking about brother Yanel Day talking about where you live, right? Meaning the soil you own right now, right? Does anyone know anything about pi?
Yeah, 314, right, yeah.
Boom. Does anyone know
No,
any?
618.
No. Oh, excuse me. No. Pi is 314.
Right.
Pi is
Bring it on.
phi is 1.618. Right. That's right there. And just based on what I gave you, right? I'm gonna put another picture in the chat on that little tunnel that they found beneath Mississippi River, right? This is back in 18. Again, this is like antiquarian history, right? These are like books. This is before Horace Greeley and Tosh. He like talks about the Frederick Keith Gates and the animal husbandry, learning, and et cetera, et cetera. So when you look at the area code for East St. Louis or for Illinois, or at least the southern part of Illinois, it's 1.618, or excuse me, 618. The golden ratio is 618. And you got pi, which is right across the river. Both of these equations are found within the architecture of the pyramids, right? So what Brother Man is saying is, it's here. And what, like I said, if you go into antiquarian history, right? What I see with a lot of brothers that's trying to figure out this, that, and the third, we keep looking at quote unquote modern sources, right? What I tend to do is there's a look it up, antiquarian whatever. There's pages. I'm talking about from 1800s or earlier. And when I look at information, right? So if a source from the 1900s, 2000s, et cetera, is telling me this, that, and third, I'm gonna go to an older source because the older source is closest to the truth, if that makes sense, right? Because it's old, it's closer to the. Am I making sense? Why you look at modern history? You look at ancient history. What it is with modern history, there's like a stigma. There's always a little spin on it. Like, where we got Brother Man, when you talking about Saint Louis, and then we got St. Louis, just two different people, right? One was a saint, and then the other one was it Merovingian king, whatever. If you go into these, and all these books are all for free on Google. That's one thing I learned. All these books, 1800s, whatever. There is, I'm talking about, if this was a court case, right? Go into those antiquarian histories, and we talk about the pages that's yellow. You will find anything and everything that's closer to like which the things that Prophet Noble Ali was referring to was antiquarian history. And these are people that study ancient relics, ancient whatever for what it is. Right? When you're dealing with modern history, right, or that reconstructed history, it'll tell you that the Moabites was this, that, and the third. In ancient history, it'll tell you, yeah, like Juali will echo up and down the Mississippi River. And when I'm telling you there's more than a wealth of information, there's like, they talk about Egyptian burial tombs in Kentucky. And they also talk about, the little thing that there's multiple stuff to be found when it's referring to St. Louis and it's quote unquote Egyptian connection. The only where I'm at now, it's like, okay, this is the old world. It's just
everybody's listening.
Huh? Islam?
Everybody's listening.
Hold on. Can you repeat that again, brother man? I can't hear you.
Everybody is listening.
So everybody is listening?
Yes.
Islam. That's good. Everybody should be listening. Look up antiquarian. It almost sound like aquarium. But antiquarian history will tell you everything you want to know about North America, this ancient connection. But the thing is, they will say, oh, this was a colony of Egypt, this is that, et cetera, et cetera. And they also substitute Egypt for Kemet. So when you're reading it, everything starts to make sense. So when brother man Prophet Noble Ali, when he was referring to the empire, and not that little place on a map, on modern maps, which is another thing. We're looking at modern maps to verify our place. Look at old maps. And what I've learned was what CM Bay was touching on, meaning superimposing the zodiac onto onto the earth plane or onto the geographical landscape of North America. He's not the first one to do that. There were Europeans that were doing that. And I'm not saying that European sources are right, whatever. What I'm saying is, CM Bay was not the first person to do it. He's the most. What CM Bay did was he gave the Moors an almanac. Yeah. That's what CM Bay did. And the almanac deals with the workings of the stars and the equinoxes and the solstices and they plan something. So CM Bay, a lot of people say CM Bay was whatever. CM Bay was on it. He was six.
It's all good.
The pad to the feet. It was putting the pad.
Yeah, you can do it.
Islam.
Yeah, it's right there. It's so good.
Wait.
Exactly.
What's the noise I'm hearing in the background?
But I see nobody wants to hear enough talking.
Peace.
Yeah, you're talking in real life. Nobody wants to hear nothing.
Who was that talking?
Nobody wants to hear it.
You said no one wants to hear it?
I'm trying to talk real shit. Nobody wants to talk about nothing.
This is brother Yanel Bay. That's brother Yanel Bay, correct?
Whoever it was.
I don't know. No, I'm saying who saying
Who
He's
talking?
talking
I'm,
right now.
I'm trying to make it real, and nobody is trying to understand the
It's like,
reality of what it is.
and it's,
You guys could understand what exactly what I'm saying, and yet I'm not sure. You guys can just talk. Let's just say, but you don't want to do nothing.
Hello?
I'm still here, and it seems like it's just us three.
No, it's a fourth person on the phone.
That's no. Let me see. I see, yeah, bro. It looks like it's just us now.
Oh, well go ahead, continue.
Um, yeah, I don't know. So like, um, so only thing I'm saying is, uh, the whole Egyptian medic connection is definitely there. It's there. It's there. You just gotta like know where to look. And I'm giving you sources. Um, any antiquarian book, use the PDFs that's yellow. It's like it's a PDF. Well, you can tell because the pages is yellow, and the book is from 18, et cetera, et cetera. That is where you will find the quote unquote old world Egyptian Kemetic connection. Now, I don't know where Brother Yana Bay. I'm on his porch, so he probably about to doze off or something. Yeah, man, we can do.
You
It.
say he
You
does.
want, huh?
You say he does off. No, that was somebody having a whole conversation with her.
No, yeah, no, that was Yana Bay. Because now
Oh,
it's just me
that
and you,
wasn't
man.
him?
Brother man. It's just me and you on the phone now. Ain't nobody else on the phone, but me and you.
That sounded like a whole different person.
That was Yana Bay. Yana Bay is probably about to fall asleep.
Hell no.
Let me go check on the brother. Let me go check on the brother. Oh yeah, that's everything. So yeah, that's my portion. That's my demonstration.
Alright.
Yeah. Brother man Myers dozed off or whatever. But yeah, that's my cause like me me and he was like yeah people say it's Egypt or the proof, and all of a sudden proof started coming through, and then y'all was just another confirmation. It's like, oh, okay, so there is a group out here.
Like I said, man, when it comes to the whole Egypt, well, like I said, even with like with Komet, like you know, it's stuff that go along with the Komet thing. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just a person who prefers. Uh, I prefer tangible evidence that I could.
Yeah.
That I could
So, so I got a question. Was what I gave you, was that a good place to start? Was that good right there?
yeah.
The newspaper clipping?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like, if not for nothing, it's a most definitely a good place to start. Shit, I mean,
I got I got I I got a lot of shit like that.
I'm gonna add my brother to the what's his name? Bring my brother in real quick. So, cause I'm sure he want to chime in. This a good brother from Jersey and shit. He a Naga too. He one of us. Hold on, let me see if I can ring him.
Where are you from? Jersey, New York?
Huh?
Where's he from in Jersey?
I have no idea. You have to ask him when he pop up. Hold up. Calling you right now. Should pop up. I'm calling you right now. There you go. What up,
Yeah,
Thought?
man. What's good?
Shit. This our Mound City group, man. Our local group here in St. Louis and stuff. We just sitting there building, and they going over like some history. You know we be banging on the Egypt and America thing. So I'm just listening, trying to get an understanding like where that thought come from, and just trying
Yo,
to get a general history of it.
but man, I want to say this too. You do know there's a whole YouTube channel based on that, right?
Yeah,
There's a couple of them.
a YouTube channel is one thing. Like anybody can make a YouTube channel, but I'm
No, no,
saying,
no, 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 no. I'm talking about as far as like the in-depth research. It's
yeah,
the
I'm saying anybody can do that. I'm saying anybody can.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
I'm just saying I need field work. I need field work like people who then touch, taste, feel. Like I need that, and we just be lacking that. Like is when we come to that point, we lacking it. Like when we talk about Kemet, right? The Kemitu or Kimu. Like when we talk about them people and their language, the language of them people and all that type of stuff, you got to place that over here. Like that, it got to be over here, right? And the closest thing that we do got to what you're talking about is a language that they call Tutanese. Now, I'll give you that. There's a language here that's called Tutanese.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I don't speak it, but you know, it's probably where Iban. I ain't gonna say where Iban's come from, but you never know. Yeah, I know about Tunis. You know about the anyway. Okay, so like, there's a bunch of
let me catch start up to what we talking about, right? So here in
okay.
St. Louis, well, actually, you tell them about it. Read the article to him. Reread the article. My bad.
All right. Got to give me a second. All right, all right. So, brother, who am I speaking with?
Thought,
Who?
Thought,
thought.
original thought.
Thought. Okay. All right. So, boom. Let me go back to the article. Man, y'all got me. Okay, so boom. So like I don't know if you looked at the chat, but there's a newspaper article. And this is just a synopsis of what the newspaper article is. This article is an old newspaper article. But it says see to talk to him, I would have to bring something from out there to over here so he can see the correlation. That's kind of far out. Crazy.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
so yeah, that's a little you know, I can do it, but that's just so look, what I'm saying is this is easy. This is all connect. Everyone afflict with mounted. You know, this is the old world. And this article is just a small example of what I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure in New Jersey, I know for a fact because I've done the research. It's there. It's you can find it in all 50 states. I say it like that.
All right.
So in the article, right? Um, excavation at East Bridge. So the arch. So in St. Louis, there's an arch. And you know the arch is the gateway of the West, etc.
Right.
The Mississippi River separates Illinois from St. Louis. And the arch is right there on the water, basically. So this is from an article from the 1800s. The year leaves me or misses me, but this is what's saying in the article. And this is just, there's plenty of material that corroborates this narrative. All right. It says excavation at the base of the East Bridge. The East Bridge is on the St. Louis side, near St. Louis, during its early construction across the Mississippi River. Discovery while blasting through rock for the bridge's foundation. Workers reportedly uncovered a large chamber or vault beneath the riverbed. Tunnel description: constructed the constructed passage about 20 feet wide, 15 feet high, lined with masonry. Interior chamber connected to lateral passageways opening into massive dome rooms approximately 100 feet long and 20 feet high and 30 feet wide. Decorated walls feature Egyptian-style bas-relief figures, hieroglyphics, and stone sarcophagi artifacts. Statues resembling Assyrian and Egyptian deities. Stone tablets with inscriptions. Two stone.
No, go ahead.
So what?
No, I'm saying go ahead.
Okay. It says two stone mounds on either side of the river were reportedly connected underground by these passageways. So, scientific attention. The article references Professor Bach, or Bache, Bates, Professor Mudge, and Professor Bennett, who were part of an academic delegation investigating the find. There's mention of Sanskrit scholars interpreting the inscriptions. Implication: the article suggests that this could be evidence of prehistoric civilizations or old world contact with North America as long before Columbus. It hints at connections with Eastern mystical societies and even theorizes about global subterranean networks. And now, Brother Kakarot, we talking about, you've been on the Metro before, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you know when they go underground?
Yeah.
It was already there. Only thing they did was build the tracks. And again, that echoes what we were talking about earlier, the court building, and how we can only find drawings of the inspiration of the court building, but not, because they say it was a replica of this mausoleum that we could never, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Do they have any statues right now from the site? Because I understand certain things, like, you feel me, especially when it comes to particular type of archaeology, right? And when we say stuff like Egyptian style, right,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of relative or relative in construct. But the reason why I asked you, do they have any of these statues today that we could like go and see and breathe the air of, is because when we dealing with comedic things, right? We know we dealing with certain symmetries, I mean, certain mathematical equations to create these statues, right? Plus, it's a certain style of carving. So the reason why I asked, do we have these statues to reference on today, is so that we could be able to look into those things. Know what I mean? Like how far a nose is from the eye, and how far the nose is from the ear, and the toes from the tip of the forehead.
So you know, okay, so boom, right? So nine times out of 10, it's been blasted. It's been destroyed. But the article still remains.
What paper the article come from?
It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's an old newspaper article from the 1800s, and so like I think
that's nothing. That's nothing compared to what I got. Compared to at least the information that I had.
Yeah, but that's what we got on the table right now. So let's deal with what we got on the table right now. And I want to actually show him what we talking about as far as the building that we talking about, because he probably ain't never seen it. So let me
and here you go. So look, while you pulling that up, I just want to say this, right? Are you familiar with the Fibonacci sequence in pi? brother man?
Yeah.
No, not you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So what is pi? What is the numbers that are associated with pi? Or what are the numbers that are associated with
I,
pi?
I'm electing to be cool at the moment, right? If you going spread some information with us, like I'd rather you get to that instead of selling it to me and
No,
asking
no,
me
no.
what I know, and then
So look, right? You mentioned something about how far the like on a statue, how far the nose is to the eye, and
yeah, the symmetry.
except yeah, boom, boom, boom. So here, sacred geometry, right? So when we looking at uh, phi, right, 1.618. It's known as the golden ratio. You can find that in the swirl of a snail shell, or in the symmetry of a flower, et cetera, et cetera. It's something in nature, right? 1.618. 618, right? This happened to be the code of area of Southern Illinois, which is right across the water from St. Louis. And all of this is important is because it's going to tie into the whole Kemetic Egyptian narrative, right? So you also have the 3.14, right, which is pi, right, which is the area code for St. Louis, 314. So now you have right across the water from each other, you have the 618, the area code for Southern Illinois, and you have pi, 314, 3.14, if we're talking mathematics. Now, the reason why this is important is because it's found within the architecture of the building of the pyramid. And when you start to dig into the history of just these two areas alone, right, you will find that little article is just the tip of the iceberg.
If I ask you now for something that's hard, undisputable, what would it be that you'll tell me that had me go and look into this farther? Something
Um,
tangible that I could actually grab a hold to and be like, oh yeah, this there ain't no denying this right here.
all right, well, okay, look into the whole Ptolemaic dynasty, the whole Ptolemaic dynasty of Egypt, which were the like Greeks, et cetera, et cetera. What happened to Cleopatra Selene and uh, Alexander Helios, who were the last of that dynasty? What happened to them? No one knows what they're buried. There's
How
threats. Yes, sir.
how do that link to over here though? That's still looking back at something over there. If I'm asking you for something that's linking it,
What I'm saying is, right? Okay, boom, right? You won't. They disappear from history. But one thing is for sure, and two things is for certain. They're buried in Southern Illinois. The whole Ptolemaic dynasty, buried in Southern Illinois.
you could facilitate that with something.
The Ptolemaic dynasty. These were your Greeks.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying, can you facilitate that with something?
Oh yeah, okay. There was a guy named Russell Burroughs back in I want to say the 1980s, that found a series of like caverns and things of that nature, man built caverns that 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 proved that at least touched on Russell Burroughs. And of course, in this is the thing, right? In mainstream history, it's it's uh it's a hoax, it's this and that, it's not real, it's not it's individual.
No, I fucks with French theories. Know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's why know what I mean, asking you for something hardcore. I mean, it could be French, know what I mean, but something that I could again touch, feel, and breathe the air of it. Yeah.
So look, right. This is what you do. Uh, I mean, man, there's so many things you can do. Start with Russell Burroughs, right, and then you have these people that went to cipher and there was a whole tablets of gold that was found, right, and it was just brushed over like nothing happened. Just like it's kind of like like this, the Smithsonian and Egyptology and et cetera, et cetera. Anything that was before Columbus is
Let,
BS.
let me even though it ain't in the same location, right? Like
Mm,
if you would have asked me the same thing, right?
mm-hmm.
I would have pointed out something like the Ampu Caves, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it is relevance in area, right? If we don't look at it as geographical cities, how they got it lined up. But I'd have
Even,
pointed out something like that. I wouldn't even stay far away from the Grand Canyon shit. You
you
feel
want
me?
you,
Here's
if you
something hard. Like I could actually go to the Ampu caves and shit. Like you feel me? And research the history here that I have.
I got something for you. There's something called the Garden of the Gods in southwestern Illinois, and eastern Illinois. I'm in southwestern this moment, but that's where I hail from. There's a place called the Garden of the Gods, right? And this place, they have this thing called a camel rock. It's literally in a sphinx type of shape, but it's camel, right? And this place from remote times, like there, I got a whole little video of us walking through of us walking through the area. But this place is very tangible. You can go to this place, but so from I want to say from the East Coast, all up and down the Eastern Seaboard, and pushing up against like the border areas like Missouri, et cetera, were all part of what they say to northeast Africa. And this is something that's tangible. It's something you can go to. You can go to this place, and you will. Here, let me put this in the chat. And I want you to look at this video, and it just if you don't mind me asking, what school are you from? Just so I can peace. You Islam. Peace and love.
Oh, you talking? You thought? Hello?
Yeah, what you say, Carl?
No, I was talking to you. What school of thought are you from?
Where about what?
What's
School of thought.
Oh, no, I'm open. At the moment, all I can say is, guys, like about your mannerism.
Okay, so look, right. Even places in Jersey, you can go to
I'm
you
from
go
North.
Newark. Oh, okay. Um, there's a place called there's a place there's a place called you know what Montauk is?
Yeah,
Just like the extreme end, Long Island, et cetera, et cetera. A place like that. So I don't know if you heard anything that I was saying, but there's a place in Southern Illinois, right? South Eastern Illinois. It's a place called it's called the Garden of the Gods.
yeah, I heard
And
you say that.
yeah, and this map, it literally like the whole Eastern Seaboard from north to south, and pushing up on some of the little bordering states. It it was once a part of what you would call like Africa, et cetera, et cetera. Now you want to go to a tangible place. That's a good place. There's also mounds up and down the Mississippi River, right? And you won't be able to tell because you're on foot, but from the sky, you will see how these things align. Like how Coke and Mounds align with the Orion. And when you take what I gave you, the little newspaper article, and like I said, it's just tip of the iceberg. And uh, I would say you could take biblical narrative. I could take a biblical narrative and flip it and bounce it. I can take modern, more so in the vein of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and it'll you will see it. You'll see it from that point on. You can't. It'll be like a bell in your head. It'll be like a bell or whistle in your head from that point on. And the reason why I ask what school started from is because so I know how to what am I saying? Like
Affirmation bias.
Yeah, no, I walk the comedic walk. No, I mean, if you go to my page, under my header, you can see my actual title. Know what I mean? So,
okay.
no, man, Kemet, Kemet was over here and it went over there. That's your perspective, or is the thing over there fake all together? There's some prop they put together in the last 80 years.
This is what it is. It's like that's like a twofold. It's yes, no, yes and no. So it's like the cross continent was a thing prior to planes, etc. That's nothing new, and there's proof of it. But the thing is, looking for it in
no, bro. I'm asking you one question. Like,
okay.
is Kemet originally here and
Yes.
it traveled over there?
Yes.
So the conception of Kemet here, reason could we put a date on it? Like we got a date on the shit over in Africa, even though it's all fucked up. You feel me? But my thing is this, right?
Okay.
Like dealing with shit like the pyramids, right? They tell you that Khufu and Khafre built them. They didn't. Them pyramids was there for thousands of years before them people was even thought of. Type shit, right?
Yeah.
So the goal from I want to say a Mafuba, but I think it's a Gaddafi, right? The one level, I guess you'll say that's a mound, right? Because that would be reasonable how the pyramids started off. Type shit. And they built on top until they mastered the flat thing or whatever. That they could hollow out.
So boom, right? So right, I wanna so here, just based on that, right? So we have what in North America, man? Mounds. And we talk about what do you call it, architectural evolution of the old world, right? You have mounds mainly in North America. Some people say they were buried over. They were pyramids, they were buried over. I'm not Central South America, they have like ziggurats, right? Out east, it was perfected. So even if you are taking the architectural route, wouldn't a mound be more archaic than a perfected pyramid?
It would, right? But if you downloaded what I was putting into you and shit a minute ago, right?
Okay.
I'm going to date the pyramids, right? Before the last Younger Dryas. With that being said, right, it's evidence of that, right? So with that being said, right, we gotta push that back to like 10,000 BC,
at
right?
least.
So we should see something other than mounds over here, unless that was developed there. But we still
But
have to put
this is
mounds at, I mean, being like 15.
man, look, this is what it is. This is what it is here, right? I feel you. 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 I'm with you.
Cause I want you to like not prove it to me, but give me some shit like, and I know you shit. You feel me? We got motherfucking. We ain't even got to talk about continental drift. I mean, we just talk about the water levels being much lower than they is today. You feel me? By hundreds of feet type shit.
Absolutely.
So it's easy to bounce from here to there. You feel me? Relatively easy. Know what I mean? So like, how do we facilitate that movement from here to there?
How do you see? Okay, so what? That's what I'm saying. What I did, me personally, it was I wanted to know. Motherfucker said this is Egypt. I wanted to know this was Egypt. And I started once I started researching, just that alone, it started to come up. And
No,
then
will,
yes.
will, will be looking into certain shit, although terminology is what it is.
Mm,
It's 100% Egypt. It is not Kemet, right? That's two different things.
no. See, yo, yeah, look, well, no. Right. What I'm saying is, right. What I'm saying, right. Okay,
Study
Kemet.
model,
Let's go with Kemet.
trail
Kemet.
with that. You every day?
Kemet. From I say from Canada to wherever the most southern whatever of South America, all of it, all of it, and the evidence is there. Like the Purple Moon, evidence is there, and they'll tell you. See, this is where we like a lot of like. Have you ever heard of make match? I mean, I
Yeah,
was like,
that's what I'm asking you for. I'm asking you to point me to the evidence. Like we could
okay,
talk about things that are, know what I mean, but I want to see some, know
okay,
what I mean, like I said, not proof, know what I mean, but corroborating evidence.
okay. You ever heard of the make Mac hieroglyphics?
The who?
Make Mac, make Mac.
Not by that name, no.
Okay, Micmac hieroglyphics. There was a what do you call it? There was a like a missionary or a what do you call these people? Missionaries from a church. There
Just
was okay. Boom, there we go. Jesuits that were trying to convert indigenous people in the I want to say this Canada region, right? And they gave them the Lord's and the Jesuits gave them the Lord's Prayer, right? And what they did was they took uh they took like hieroglyphics, like pictographs, and they they translated or they what am I trying to say? They equated um these symbols to the Lord's Prayer. Micmac. That's in Canada. And what I'm saying is, it's like the 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 evidence is there, right? Even in Jersey, Montauk, a bunch of places. There's another place. I can't name it off the top of my head. But
Mhm.
but if I get your information, I'll just start sending you stuff. And the evidence is here. Like for me to go back, like yeah, from 18 so, I can't do that right now. 'Cause I'm like I'm pacing back and forth on
No,
a court.
I mean, I wouldn't throw none of that shit out. You thought you could use that as a base. You could use everything from I believe 1840 up until 1908. Like for some reason, it was a craze over this motherfucker for comedic shit. You feel me? They was slapping that label on everything that they was finding that even looked like or similar to the shit that they was discovering in the early 1800s over in Africa. At the
So,
end of the day, you feel me? So, but that
so,
doesn't necessarily mean it's the
so, yo,
same. So
what
they
I'm saying,
use words like style, right? And when
this
we
is,
say something is styled like,
mhm,
right, then
yo,
we will
so,
lead to believe that it's not that. It's something that's similar to that.
exactly. I feel you on that. But what I'm saying is, here you see that it looks primitive here, and there it's perfected. And that's
No, because you can actually see the workup. You can
really
actually see the, and then you don't even just see the workup in the Kemetic language. You see the workup in the whole Nigel colophonic thing. Right? You see the workup and how that shit developed and how they got the what we may call cursive today, right? And the priestly language of the hieroglyphs, and this is the shit that's crazy to me because they only teach us the priestly language, and the priestly language was something totally different from what they should be giving us about those people. If they teaching us about them people, we should get the everyday language and things of that nature, but we don't. But that's a different argument. You feel me at the end of the day? But we absolutely see the evolution of that. And we see the evolution of that on the continent before that even came into being. Type shit. Like so now that part of your argument that don't hold up. We absolutely see that. You know what I mean? But in the language over here, you feel me? I could absolutely like you see long words, shit like that. You feel me? Prominent deities when you do the language translation and shit like that have a similar name to the names of, know what I mean, deities on the African continent. Know what I mean? Like that's the shit I be looking into. You feel me? Because if you want to
the
prove
languages.
something, you gotta prove it from three angles of aspect, right? The
Okay.
language, the culture, right, and
Mm.
the belief at the end of the day. Right? And like I said, a lot of shit is similar, but it ain't too many things that humans could do far off. But we also got to understand that the timeline they gave us and the breakdown of
It's cooked. Yeah,
geographical lands and shit
the timeline is cooked.
ain't right. You feel
Yeah.
me?
So
So
look,
this
okay, okay. I feel you. I feel you. I'm there with you. I'm 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 with you. Have you looked up any antiquarian sources?
Korean,
Excuse me, antiquarian, not Quran.
uh,
Antiquarian. Antiquarian. This is here, you want me to put it in the chat?
the anti-Quran, like the
No, no,
Quran.
no, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Quarian.
Oh,
No, no, no.
Aquarian, antiquarian.
Yes. Antiquarian. And
Yeah,
I'll and I'll and I'll put some books or PDFs there. Antiquarian. Antiquarian. This is the word. I just sent it to you. Or I sent it to the chat. That's where you find it's like so like the reason so the timelines are fucked up is because there was time added and taken away from certain some shit. And that's an actual fact. We can see that based on the zodiac. Clearly a Scorpio is fire. Or somehow it's what?
no, but
What is
we
a
can't
Scorpio? Hmm?
clearly take our overstanding of things that's made and overstood by a different group of people to be what they wanted to mean. You feel me? At the end of the day,
True,
I mean,
true,
going
true,
off
true,
of that
true,
whole
true,
notion, right?
true,
We
true.
shouldn't adhere to any of that. You know what I mean? Because it's from a
Exactly.
bastardized
You
calendar.
should
You feel me? That we
so
don't
boom.
even.
So here I want to ask you this. What resonates with you? Not with what I'm saying, but just in general. What resonates with the brother?
Being.
Being in what
Yeah,
sense? In what
and
sense?
everything.
So like
Everything.
okay, Okay, so what are you looking for? Guarantee you can find it. What it's like? Yeah. What are you looking for?
I,
Are you
I,
looking
I'm,
for?
I'm in the only race that I could be in, right? That I can achieve, and I know for a fact that I can't, and that's to know. You can't
Okay,
be and not know.
actual facts. Yes, I'm with you on that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I don't got enough anything to be able to know all the things that it is to know. Not even the shit that I want to know, but the things that it is to the shit that I
Mm,
need to know. You know what I mean? That I can't even
mm,
comprehend needing to know.
mm. So yeah, like me. So I just had questions. I started out with questions like, all right, this Egypt. What's the proof this is Egypt? And I got a shit ton of proof that this is old Egypt or Kemet. I say it like that. And it was like from that was like one of my main things. Like, yeah, I heard the Moors talk about this, about that, what's the proof? And I got the proof. And from that point, from that what do you call that that divine spark, that download, from that point everything else started to gradually make sense. So my the ultimate thing was, okay, this if this is Egypt, show me the proof that this is Egypt. And I started to get this Egypt because I started researching. I started looking at old maps, and it started to come out. And I'm talking about left, right, you know. So I literally, like, I I I asked myself questions like, okay, if this is that, then show me that this is that. And I saw it. And that so that's how I draw my landscape. When I see mounds, like, oh yeah, those pyramids, those like upside down pyramids. That's like when I see the Mississippi. Oh yeah, it's the Nile. It's like I had to go through. I don't know, man. I just went through certain things. Like I will read something and then it'll pop up like in real life, like outside, you interacting in the public, interacting in society. It'll start to pop up here and there. It's like, you start putting the shit together. That's how I start putting it together. And now you got YouTube channels. And the reason why I say YouTube, because these are brothers and sisters that were looking for the same thing, and they that there's a ton of research. We talk about archaeological. It don't necessarily have to be biblical, but even the biblical shit. What I realized is like, okay, all this shit got something to do with me, and yeah, that's kind of from that point. Uh Man, look, there's you know I'm a Moorish American, and it was things like, I was already on it. So when I started to see it, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it was like that for me too. Sometimes, like when it came to certain things.
So it's like I don't know. I guarantee you, whatever you looking for is there, and you are not the first person to have this thought, or to have this, like, or to, to like, oh, this not, to have any thought. You're not the first person. It's definitely there, and I say sevenfold.